Did you
Oh, from what we
do you feel like you're getting more comfortable with talking on camera?
yeah, probably so. I guess yeah, yeah, we're getting better and better. It's never been that
Good,
much
man.
of a problem for me. Like I don't get nervous doing this type of shit. I
Yeah,
did it when we was in high school. I guess even if you're doing drama club and shit like that, you gotta like to get on a fucking stage in front of
yeah.
strangers and you know what I mean, right? And I did that shit. I did that shit. It was fun.
I kind of wish I did drama club in a way.
It was fun. It was fun as hell, man. Um, Met a lot of fun, cool people, a lot of different type of interesting people from like just different walks. You know what I'm saying? High school, you got all that cool guy shit, right? This is the cool club, this is the whatever club. You know what I'm saying? So you got all that clique shit.
Yeah,
So in drama club, people always think like, oh, it's where all the geeks used to chill. Nah, there used to be some cool ass motherfuckers there, bro. Some
yeah.
people that they didn't play no sports or they got kicked out of sports, some shit. A lot of times, will go over there. They didn't want to go back to face their parents. They don't want to go back to face their dad. Like I just got kicked off the fucking football team. Let's just say, right, and I got to go home and tell my dad. That if their dads were living home, right, they wouldn't do it. They'll stay after school, fronting like they're still in football practice, but they're going to a drama club.
And
Yeah, it was
welcome,
fun.
my people. This is your boy
Yo,
Los. This is episode number 34, and today we have obviously my co-host Los. Yo, what up,
oh,
Los?
it was goody,
Bro,
man. Same old, everything good, brother. Um, yeah. So this is just interesting how this whole everything came to be. I'm just talking about my my days. But anyways,
yeah,
I had looked something up months ago, and it's just crazy that everything goes together. You know what I mean? Like in its time is what I was trying to tell you, brother. But go ahead. How was your weekend? What's been going on with you?
that's good, bro. Um,
Yeah,
Celebrating a month of being sober today, so I feel great. I feel like in
man,
just fighting my my battles. I feel like I've got it. I'm just waiting for the time. I feel great, man.
that's
Feel
what's
good.
up. You had more energy or some shit like that. Like just what I mean. Like you got more energy to do shit. Like how have you been feeling? Like as far as that, like
I do feel more energetic. Yes, and I think it has a lot to do with me not sleeping late. Like
ah,
sleeping in like at 1, 2 in the morning and stuff. I mean, I physically feel
shit.
great. Yeah, I feel energetic. I'm actually dropping some weight, which is something I didn't want to happen because I kind of like the bulky look, but I don't know. I
That's what's
started
up.
working out. I started working out too, not to get big, but just to sort of try to stay in shape.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah, that's always good. That's what's up, man.
Also, and also just working,
Yeah, I feel you.
you
And
know.
that, fuck it, man. As long as
Um,
it's got to have some type of, it's good that it's benefiting you in a good way, man. And it's good for people who are probably were in the same boat as you. You can see that it is affecting you positively. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, because some people probably just do it. They don't even think they have an issue. You know what I mean? Or it's like it's whatever. Like, if you're drinking every day, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
always good, bro, to when if you're just trying to better yourself, because it's not easy. It's fucking not easy.
yeah,
It's just easier just
yeah, I
to do
agree.
the wrong shit. It's easy to do the wrong
Mm,
shit, bro. It's
mm,
so much easier to do the bad shit. What the fuck? Do the good shit is like it's always harder. But I'm glad you're feeling better physically and all that stuff. Like that's good, bro. That's what's up.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I feel like I'm also getting a lot of work done. Um, right now it's slow season for t-shirts, so I've been helping my uncle work and stuff, and he does body work, so I help him put sand and stuff like that. So
Yeah, okay.
that's more. I feel like that's a little bit more physical, demanding in printing shirts because you literally you gotta sit there and sand the car, and when the car is done, you gotta polish the whole car, and sometimes you're under the sun, sweating bullets. But
Shit.
hey, man, it's part of work, man. I'll take any type of work, to be honest. I've done landscaping with my friends. They all have landscapers out there landscaping. They have a landscape company.
Landscaping sucks, bro. I did landscaping too one time. I did that for like I did it for a good month. When I first had came home, somebody was like, "Yeah, I just need somebody for a a couple days. You know what I mean? Do some landscape. I
Yeah.
say fuck it. That wasn't working, so I went. And that shit, boy, I used to come back dusty black, bro. Like I'm talking about dust from any part of my body that was dust, bro. There was no
Yeah.
place in my body this dust did not get into. It was hard work, but you like there was definitely some hard. And in the summertime when it's fucking hot and you're sweating too, woof. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I always question people wear long sleeves and outside, and the sun down here the sun down here don't play, man. It get
Georgia,
hot
right?
like
Fuck.
motherfucker. Yeah. But it's I've learned that landscaping is really a mental thing too as well, man. Because I've been out there weeding under like almost 100 degree weather, and you want to quit when you're like 5 minutes in, but you still have like 2-3 hours. So you mentally got
Yeah.
to push yourself through that. Feel like I
Hell
feel like a
yeah.
lot of it's mental stuff too. If you're mentally willing to do it, then your body will follow suit to your command. I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, I definitely had some hard jobs too in my life. You know what I mean? Like, so I understand what it is to work fucking hard. Like, I say some of the hardest shit that I ever had to do. Like you're saying too, it does have to do a lot of mental aspect, right? But some of the jobs, it takes a physical aspect too, bro. Like, let's say
Hmm.
doing roofing.
Yeah.
Let's say doing roofing. If you're a new guy on a roofing crew, right? You're gonna be the guy that's bringing the shingles all the way up on that ladder, bringing it to the guys that are up there already strapped up with their harnesses on and shit. Since you're the new guy, right? You kind of so right. So you're gonna be
Yeah.
the dude taking 2 or 3 of them like this. Da, 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 da. And let's say you're working in the Bronx, you're in the BX, and there's some fucking 2-story fucking high roofs that are like this. Or if you a roofer, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying right now. That shit just
Yeah.
drops out of zero. It
Yeah.
sucks. It's hard work, bro. So you need that physical shit. So some of them do be mental, a lot of them be fucking physical, boy. But whew, I know what it is, them hard jobs, boy. Shout out to the motherfuckers that right now in the summer, right now, roofing. Shout out to you,
Yeah, man.
you fucking warrior ass motherfuckers, bro. Like, those are some real men in my eyes. The motherfuckers that get up and do that shit every day.
Those are sons of the sun. No pun intended.
This nigga's stupid. Sons of the sun. That was a good one.
Speaking of
Nigga
speaking
stupid.
of work.
That was good.
All right, speaking of work, a couple of weeks ago, I posted this question on Instagram. I talked to Carlos about it, and we had a few answers. But the question was, what do you think about giving a company a 2 weeks notice? And question popped up because a conversation that I was having with a buddy of mine, and he asked me about that. We were talking about what was our opinions on that, and you know what? I posted it on Instagram and I wanted people to answer. Before we get into those answers, I would like to know Carlos's opinion on this. The 2 week notice. How do you feel about it?
Man, I guess if you got to put that bitch in, if you got to put that bitch in, right? You know that all that's important because you would think somewhere in your brain, right, that nah, there's no way that this company is gonna hear from this company that they're gonna actually look back and call your old job and to check up on you, because a lot of times they do that shit. So if you leave in bad terms, right?
Mm,
Because when you leave with your 2 weeks notice, that means you did it right, right? You went over there, you said, listen, I found another place, right? I appreciate the opportunity you're giving to me to let me come and work, but I'm dipping off, so I'm putting in my 2 weeks, right? That's the proper way to do that shit. You leave in good terms. When they call back and be like, yeah, that he was over here, put his 2 weeks in and stuff, it's not like, oh, we fired his ass because he came in to work late, every fucking day for
yeah,
3 months straight. You know what I'm saying too? Like that type of stupid,
yeah,
so it's important to do it if you're on that professional flow. Sometimes some places might not look up on you, might not check up on you. Some motherfucking places will. You know how that shit go, bro. What would you do?
I've done both.
Done both, right? Me too, right? Me too, nigga.
And
Fuck that.
the first time I did it was lack of knowledge. I didn't know that this was professionalism. I was working at McDonald's, fast food chain, so I didn't know. Nobody ever came up to me and told me about 2 week notice. My parents never talked to me about it, you know. So the first few times, I think since I was young, I really didn't give a fuck. So most of the jobs I just bounced. but as I got older, yes, I did do it. And there's few jobs I did it for that I can go back to now, and and still work there. But
Yeah, there you go.
there's places that I've given them my 2 week notice, and I've gotten shade thrown at me, and I just
Yeah.
fucking bounced. So
Oh,
so how I feel about
oh,
it.
so yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, to be honest. If I had to
Yeah, that
choose,
makes sense.
no.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense. But saying it the way you're saying it is you're going off your experience in life. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
what like you know what the fuck you got to do for your you know what's right and wrong, bro. You know what's right and
mhm,
wrong. Was what I mean to say about that. It's not like you're being unprofessional. You're being professional. Like it's just between being doing it right. There's a right way to doing shit, which we all know the right way, and we all know the fucking wrong way.
yeah,
And three more other ways other than the
mhm,
wrong way. We know.
yeah.
But your experiences,
What's
bro.
right and wrong? Yeah.
Fuck.
So they had 8 people answer. And I'm
Oh
gonna go
shit.
to their them say their name, and I will also bring up to the screen the comments so you guys don't think I'm making this shit up. Um, the first person that answered was Edwin Alfaro. Um, and
Edwin.
he said, I just left my company I worked for 3 years after asking for a raise, and I didn't get it. So I gave them a 1 week notice after finding something better for me and my mental health as well. And they weren't happy, so a never happy it's never a happy situation for them losing a worker.
Hmm.
So I guess, I mean, what do you think? He mentioned mental health. That's good that people acknowledge leaving a workplace because of mental health, because that can be a problem too, you know.
Oh yeah. You want to
But
like where you want to like the place that you're going to. Like I mean, I had jobs where I didn't like what I was doing, and I had jobs where when I became a welder and I enjoyed what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Too like, cause I mean, so that's why I kind of chased that that career. That's to getting my welding certification and everything and go that way. But I have jobs where I've been like, oh man, I hate it going, and it just drags. So your
yeah,
mental health is important, like you're saying. You have a place you
mm,
go to, you hate it, or you have a place you go to where you grateful. It's better for your well being at the end of the day.
yeah. So shout out to Edwin Alfaro. Thank you for commenting. Appreciate you. Much love
Yes.
and respect. Next is our boy Jay Figures, man. Never fails. Big shout out
Oh,
to
Jay
Jay
Figures.
Figures. Important man. Much love to him. It says,
Jay
ideally,
Figures.
yes, but it depends. If it's a job where I felt appreciated, then yes. But if it's a job I hate, middle finger. LOL.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that
Fuck it.
comment. Shout out to Jay
Hell
Figures.
yeah. Man.
Thank you, man.
There you go.
Uh,
What ties back to that shit? To everybody's
yeah,
experiences.
right? Yeah. So next up is my cousin Talia. She just had a baby. Congratulations. I will see you in a
Oh,
couple of weeks. Um, and she said, only if they did right by me. Good answer. Solid answer. This
yeah.
upcoming answer, big shout out to Talia, is our boy Rome, a Romeo. He commented as well.
Oh shit.
And he says, yes, because if I leave due to certain circumstances, then it'll be easier to push it in the legal act. Than everybody else,
I guess everybody's leaning towards that, doing it the right way by leaving that good,
Yeah,
that 2 weeks notice, and everyone's playing the safe
yes.
route. Everyone's playing it safe so far. That
Okay.
makes sense though.
Out to Rome. We need you on the podcast again, bro.
Yeah, Rome.
Crazy ass, bro.
Roman. Yo.
Hey, real quick, I be seeing his live sometimes, bro, and that fool be making me crack up.
Telling you, bro, the dude is no joke, bro. I've done it too. I've done that too. I actually sat through his shits like this
Yeah,
dude is funny as hell. Mhm.
Hey, but some of us, hey, he be spitting game, you know. So shout out to Rome. All right, next
Oh,
up it
son
says,
got game, bro. Trust that.
yeah. Next up is Alex Zelaya, Joaquin. He said it
Oh shit.
depends. He says it depends on the company, which
That's it.
yeah, it depends on the company. I guess it meant to say like I don't know,
Yeah, no,
whatever
I guess he's saying,
too
yeah, I guess
good,
it
too
depends
too
on,
bad, Yeah,
yeah.
situation.
Same thing everybody is saying. The same thing everybody's pretty much saying is, you
Yeah,
know, if they play ball the right way, if they go well by you, then do well by them. But if they did you dirty, then fuck you too. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I think everybody's
yeah.
been through some fucked up experience in the workforce, bro. Like I know I have. You know what I mean? Like that ass.
True. So shout out to Joaquin. Much love to you. Next up
Okay.
is GKM Enterprises, and they said yes, out of respect and to protect your reputation. Solid answer. Solid
Yeah.
answer.
Oh yeah. I guess it goes all back to like I said, ties back to the right way is always the right way. Everybody knows the right way, but you know the wrong way. Because when it sounds right, it makes sense to you. You're like, hmm. When it's bullshit, you be like, nah, that's get the fuck out of here with that shit, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's actually Fabian.
Damn, that many
Fabian.
people, damn it, mad people did this shit, huh?
Yeah, 8 people commented. Yeah,
8, you said 8?
oh, 8. Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought it sounded like way more people that you was just naming right now. I thought we were on like
Yeah.
the 14th person, bro.
Yeah.
I thought we were on number fucking 14. I'm like, God damn, man, people commented on this shit. You talking about
Hey.
my bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Continue.
Not you good. Yeah, I know. I was shocked too when people were started answering, and I started to put everything in
Yeah,
order. I was
right?
like, hell, yeah, that's what's up, and to see people's perspective too, you know. Next up is Fabian. Fabian is, if you guys don't know, he's currently on Days
Oh
In.
shit.
It's actually
Really?
streaming now. Yes, it's a season number 9. So if you guys have a chance, check that out. Shout out
When
to
I first
him.
came home, I remember I was talking to a guy who was actually on one of the shows.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you remember, like, and it was like one of the, man, I think they were like in Fulton County or some shit. He was a Spanish dude, a Mexican from California who was supposedly an ex-game banger, but became, like Christian like, right? He was in the
Hmm.
pod with a white old dude with long hair, a beard and long hair. Yeah, and one of the beginning shows. So if anybody who knows the shows is gonna know what I'm talking about, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly who he's saying." And I think that Abner was in the other side, like they usually do like different ones, like right, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
this guy's over here, this guy's over here. But when I was talking to the dude, he was talking about the show, and he was talking about Abner too. But I just forget his name, bro. I was trying to look it up before. I really was. It was on my. He was on my old Instagram. And I was trying to remember his fucking name. I couldn't remember his name, but it's a fact that should happen on my
Yeah.
kids. That happened.
Yeah. The
You
earlier
like that
seasons,
shit?
but
You like that show?
I think it's straight. Yeah, I like
Hmm.
it. Like I said, I've seen the earlier seasons of it, and the one not all seasons were as entertaining as like the one where the guy you was talking about, Abner, the other one,
Yeah,
Carlos. That one, Carlos, is dope too.
the one where that's the kid who finds the knife, right? He finds
Yeah,
the knife somewhere. Yeah, I watched
yeah,
it a little bit too. I know you're saying. I remember he went behind his pole and he found a stash spot with a banger. Kid with the
yeah,
glasses with the beard,
yeah,
kind of
yeah, Carlos.
kind of.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
him on
he
the
probably was
podcast.
one of the better ones.
Yeah,
He probably was one of the better ones out of all the motherfuckers in that show. A lot of niggas is bougie, bro. I mean, this
yeah,
is
yeah,
really.
we got to get him on. It'd be dope. Well, Fabian, yeah. So Fabian is currently the one that's current right now, which is season number 9. You know, and they
Oh,
stream every new episode every Thursday, I want to say.
pretty cool.
So, but yeah. So moving on, this was his answer. He says, "Will a company give you a 2 week notice before letting you go?" And
Yeah, right.
that's, I
Would they
mean,
do it for
it's
you?
yes.
No, they
How do
won't.
you
In
feel
New York,
about? Yeah,
in New York State, they don't give a shit. They'll just let you. They don't have to give you a reason. New York State, there's a law. They don't have to even tell you, hey, listen, we're letting you go because you were late or you were whatever. No, they could just let you go. They could just, and you'd be like, yo, what the fuck y'all fired me for? They'd be like, we don't have to tell you shit. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
That's New York State laws. Different states got different laws, so they might have to, only they can't do it unless you was late or what I'm saying to you. Like, so he's trying to say like, would they give you a fucking 2 weeks, warning? Would they? Nah, probably not. They probably just let your ass
yeah,
go. Like,
exactly.
fuck you, bye. So,
Yeah.
but he says makes sense too. Word.
Yeah. Those were the answers. I mean, I liked everybody's answers. Like I guess like what you
Really
said,
good.
man, is people based off of their experiences, and
Yeah.
some say yeah, and some say no, and maybe some had never had an issue when they gave a 2 weeks notice, and maybe their whole career they gave the 2 weeks notice and it went well for them. So I guess it all depends on the situation, you know. But so
Would you
thank
do
you
that
guys.
show? Would you do that show? Would you go on
Would
that
I
show?
do that show?
Yeah, would you do that
I
show?
would. I would.
You would do 60 Days In?
I would. But I mean,
They should have a Long
like
Island fucking version. 60 Days in Riverhead.
Riverhead.
60
Yeah.
Days In Riverhead.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, word. I don't know how it is now, but I know back in the day, bro, there's just a lot of fighting, a lot of you definitely gonna have to throw these fucking things once or
Yeah.
twice. You know what I mean? And it was just a lot of bullshit, but those other jails you really don't see. They don't really be fighting like that. Those like a lot of those 60 Days In, except for the one when they were in Fulton County, like I think that was in Georgia or something. You saw a couple,
Yeah.
the blood members going to the corner a couple times fighting, right? That was it really. And that one time that kid got stabbed when Tony was in that big black dude, Tony, was on the top floor.
Oh yeah.
And the kid actually stabbed him. They were fighting on the bottom, and the kid brought the stick. Remember, he swung the stick, and the dude hit him. Beep, beep, stabbed him. That was the craziest shit I think out of in that show that ever happened was that stabbing, because it happened on camera, bro. It happened on camera. They got that shit live, bro.
That's true. I think a lot happens that they don't put out there.
Right?
No, man.
Be a lot of crazy shit, but I don't know, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you for commenting. We appreciate you, man. I'm gonna try to do more stuff like that, and get just people involved, man. I'd love to hear what you guys think.
That's pretty cool.
So, moving on, Shams Al Marif. What is that?
Yo, man, this is it's all right. So it's a book. I don't even know, bro, but I know you said the last name right, Arif. Yeah, Shamsal. It might be Shamsal Arif. You said like it. So what it is the old Islamic text, right? Of talismans, like what they would do with it. So they believe like that the Arabic language actually holds like some type of magical, mystical properties when recited the right way. You know what I'm saying? When put together in a talisman, right? Or through numbers, through numerology, right? Or by just reciting it, these crazy words. And in this book, supposedly it shows you all these words, how to do it. It's like, and it's on point where a dude who followed, his name was Dr. Dash, Daesh or some crazy weird, shit like that, right?
From Lebanon, yeah.
From Lebanon, yeah. So you remember hearing about him and through things, right? So like, dude, they actually followed him. He was one of probably the best practitioners, but there was other people before him. You know what I mean? Way ancient.
His own religion named after him, Dihasism, something like that.
Daeshism, whatever. It's some weird ass. It almost looks like Daesh when we saw the Islamic State, Daesh, when they spelled out the name Islamic State, but they said Daesh. Do you remember that?
No,
all right, so at one time towards the end, right, like in Syria, when they were talking about the Islamic State motherfuckers from Syria, they would say Daesh, right? And that's almost the same way that they pronunciate this doctor dude who I'm telling you, who was actually a practitioner of this book. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm just saying that's the kind of the right way to kind of pronounce. We're still not saying it right, you or I. You know what I mean?
I know.
But, yeah, but fuck it. But it's the point that matters, right? So in this book, like I said, and that dude who was a practitioner of it, that doctor dude, it was said that he could be in 5 different places at the same time. right? Because now
Yeah.
supposedly when he got executed, they have him in a picture getting executed somewhere for whatever fucking reason. Because all right, he was practicing some weird
Oh,
shit. They took away his papers. They took away his paper, right? They took away his papers, talking about he was in another country, right?
yeah,
As
they
a
banned them. They banned them from the
right.
country.
He was
Yeah.
another no. Listen, he was in the country. He was in this country, right? Something happened to him. He lost his paperwork. Now there was a war going on, right? And they said that he was a spy. The reason why he didn't have no paperwork because he was a spy. So they took him and they prosecuted him and they found him guilty and they sentenced him to death. And they took him outside. They shot him against a post and they actually took a picture of this nigga. And it looks like him, but supposedly homeboy was somewhere the fuck else, right? Because there's 30 witnesses that witnessed him and then there's other 40 people that witnessed him. So it's like some crazy shit. Like this book has a lot of let's put it this way. It's just that this book is the real deal. It's not a joke, you know, like where people you can go buy this shit at Walmart, right? Like people who has possessed this book have lost their minds. You know what I'm saying to you? There's actually whole organizations that use this book, you know, they use this book as their you know their Bible, let's so to speak, right? And they follow it and they do a lot of crazy shit. But this is why it was kind of crazy that this thing popped up, because a while back I had did a little episode when I was talking about Solomon, right? One day I was watching a video of this Islamic man who was giving sermons giving Islamic services, right? Sermons, but he was a more contemporary Muslim man. You understand what I'm saying to you? He wasn't like dressed in like that, the long shroud with the covering on his head. You know what I'm saying to you? He was dressed up with like a beanie pushed back with a leather jacket with like boots. He kind of looked kind of like Nemo-ish, like a rock, like a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was spitting when he was talking. He was on point, bro. Like I was listening to him. Like I said before, real recognizes real. You know what's bullshit. You know what's right. So hearing this man talk, I knew right away what he was saying holds truth. You understand? So he was giving Islamic services, sermons, and he talked about in the Quran a story about Solomon conjuring a demon to use that demon to work for him to find a piece he needed to make the temple of God's temple. Okay, and this is sort of it's the same thing that these organizations are doing. They're using this book supposedly that prophet who showed Solomon what to do, right? So Solomon, the wisest king on earth, for people who don't know him, quickly, right? Quick little history of it. Solomon is the king of Israel, right? The wisest man on the earth. People come from all over the world just to talk to Solomon to hear a piece of knowledge that this man has. All right. So now he's building the temple for God, right? And he can't do some type of construction because he needs some type of rock to grind out another rock, right? So he gets all his wise men together. He says, "Where can I find this rock?" And one of the wise men says to him, "Conjure up the demon Asmodeus, and he could find it for you." So he showed him how to do it, right? And they conjured this demon up, and it was said that Solomon used them for way more other things. He didn't just use them for that one time. He used them for the rest of his you know what I mean, his time as king.
This is Islamic literature.
Yes, yeah, about? Like so, yeah. So it, like I think this story is actually inside the Quran. If not, it's a hadith, right? So it's hard to explain all that right now, okay? Because that goes deep, right? So it's like you have the Bible, and then you have John 3:16 in the Bible, right? But then you have an explanation from Christian doctor from Harvard who gives you a commentary. You understand what I'm saying to you? So that's what hadith means, right? Like they have and then they have a hadith on it. Or anyway, so Jews do the same thing on their shit, right? They have the Talmud, they have a law, and then they have a breakdown of the law, which some rabbi gave to them. You know what I'm saying to follow. So like you're saying, is this like right? Anyways, so. Yeah, like that, right? So Solomon used the demon for the rest of his fucking time, and now this whole book is basically what that wise man wrote, explaining how to do it. Do you understand?
But it's pretty much it's the book itself is a book of spells, right?
It's a book of spells. It's a book of different combinations, right? Showing you the different pronunciations of Islamic words, numerology, right? It's basically a bunch of Islamic occults that were happening in those times, right? The realest shit out there. You know what I mean? It's like getting a mega encyclopedia. That's exactly what it is, an encyclopedia. It's essentially an encyclopedia telling you what certain symbols mean, what certain pronunciation, you know what I mean? Explain it to you and how to put it together, to conjures certain demons. It probably even goes in deeper. You know what I mean? We don't know. I never seen it with my own eyes. And when people have it, they have only copies of it. Because supposedly possessing that book in your hand can cause some type of big calamity amongst your family. Like you will die, you go crazy, or you know what I'm saying? Or you become the most powerful warlock in the world. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So like, so it's real. It's a real thing, this book. And it's just crazy how it coincides from what I was saying that time, right? I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know anything about this. I don't even remember how this came to my peripheral, you know what I'm saying to you? But apparently in recent times too, we can go back to, from like you were saying before, I think 2017, that so to speak, there was, you know, situations where people were, organizations were actually right using this method to using the book to find artifacts that will make them crazy millionaires. And supposedly that it was happening, like that, you know, things were getting found and all this crazy shit, and it was behind using this book. They support, you know, they have probably, you know, top organizations. I'm talking about as far as like when I say top organization, man, like rich people, like, you know, like that whole, that are secret society, you know, with this, using this bullshit, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I know that I haven't gone crazy deep into it, but from the little beginnings that I've, it even says like, if you're gonna watch, let's say they're explaining the book, let's say you're watching a video of them explaining the book, right? And they're gonna say to you, okay, we're gonna talk about how you can make a spell for a seagull to come jump through your window and crip walk, right? So I'm gonna show you exactly what to do right here. And I'm gonna put, now supposedly you even reading that shit from where you are reading it, from sitting down in the video, shit can happen. See shadow people and all these crazy things. You know, I think we, you know, in our times where we have videos, we've seen so many videos of people and possessions and hauntings, you know, vivid boxes and shit like that. You know, like we are now in a time where we see that the paranormal is more realer than we thought. You know what I mean? Like there's more evidence where like scientific shit, you know, scientific instruments are being used to you know, to show that there's changes in atmospheres when ghosts come around, you know, or electronic, they're using electric to speak and things like, you know. So it's something that I've been getting, you know, like I've been studying a lot because I'm seeing it more and more as not being bullshit, bro. You know, like if Solomon had did it, are we supposed to do it? You know what I mean? Like, are we supposed to have like some type of Pokemon demon with us at all times, you know, to help us in life? You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't want to. Me personally,
you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to. So you saying you wouldn't? If it comes to you right now, you could conjure Pikachu, and you can keep Pikachu next to you right now at all times, right? And he'll be your life companion, your friend, and help you out through battles. You wouldn't want something like that?
Nah.
You wouldn't want Pikachu?
Yeah. You want Pikachu?
Yeah, I mean, no. I want Pikachu. Hey, yo, Pikachu will be right here, right next to you, Rob.
You ain't want Pikachu.
I wanna be the very best that no one ever. What crazy nigga? I'm getting Pikachu out here, bro. Pikachu is gonna be with me. Nah,
don't you think that's demonic though? Don't you?
Oh yeah, it's dangerous. It could be. But this is why I'm looking into it. You know what I'm saying to you? This is why I'm not just using, man, I'm using a lot of books and seeing different, you know, a lot of evidence that it's not like so far-fetched, you know what I'm saying, for us to be around spirits, or for us, you know, like Christianity and whatever we have now is like, it's really pushed us away from that shit. You know, it teaches us, no, that's no good. None of that shit is good. No Ouija boards, no tarot cards, no talking to this, you know, none of that shit. But it's weird how it's mixed into a lot of things, you know, like Catholicism, you know what I'm saying, you praying to saints, you know, and you got other, you know, Christianity religions tell you that that's no go. You don't pray to saints, you know, because in the Bible, I mean, in the commandment that says, "Thou shalt not pray to no other god, for I am a jealous God." Don't pray to no idols. Things that goes with that too. That goes with that commandment too.
Even Enoch talked about these.
Yes, exactly. And this is what I'm.
Spells and stuff like that. You know?
Yes, exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. So now Enoch, I think all right. Enoch is mentioned in the Bible. It's talked about him. It says that he was so holy that God took him off of the earth, and Enoch was no more because he went with God. God just took him off the earth. You know, he needed him. He took him off while he was still alive. That's how holy Enoch is said to be. But meanwhile, he has a whole book, and we take that whole book out. They saying that nah, Enoch. We'll talk about him a little bit, but this whole, black and white salt and pepper notebook, we're just gonna him talking. We're gonna toss it out. Does that make sense? No, it should have been up to us. It should have been there, kept there, right, and been up to the, right, when you find it to see like, wow, okay, this is, because now when I'm reading it, I'm seeing it to be, if we can mention him and say that he's holy and God took him, whatever he says has to be, some wisdom behind it. You know what I mean? And he did that. Yeah. All he did was basically talk about the Watchers. He talked about a scenario in the Bible that we talk about in Genesis, right, before the flood. Before God sent the flood, right? He the reason why he sent the flood. Why? Because the sons of God saw the daughters of the earth were fair, and they came onto them and they bore children to them, which were the Nephilim, right? We know that's in the Bible. Talked about that the angels saw the women and had sex with them, and there was these crazy beings being born on the earth, and God felt bad that he created the earth and was going to destroy it, right? So we now he talks about how and what, before that, like giving you the explanation, you know what I mean, of what they did, those Watchers, and he even talked about how some of them taught people how to make weapons, how to do spells, how women, each angel, he did different things for different parts of civilizations, you know what I mean? And I exactly. So I use that when I talk about all this. I use that too. I use Enoch and all what I've just been saying to you guys. But this right here is kind of creepy. It's kind of crazy. This book, right? I would love to just being me, me being me, maybe too overly inquisitive, and wind up, I don't know, over here playing with my own shit in a corner somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because supposedly it gives you like mental health illness or some shit. You know what I mean? I'll be here shaking, talk about them. Yo, listen, this is what happens. I know what I'm saying is a joke. I know what I'm saying is a joke, right? But if you look at things, if you look at documentaries, right? Listen, it's a joke, but it's not. It happens to people. It happens to people when they do this, when they play with this stuff.
Yeah, but when they play with this demonic stuff, play with it,
bro. Listen to me. It's a toss up. When you do this study, right? You're gonna understand that this don't happen. It can happen to you or it can't. It's depending on your spirit. Is this spirit gonna recognize you as being a strong individual or being some type of weak little something that I could just ball up, fuck with for the rest of his life, for being stupid. What are you conjuring me for? What are you calling me for, stupido? You ain't ready for this. Like, imagine that. That's what can happen. Or you could be brave and be like, yo, shut the fuck up. You're doing what I'm telling you, nigga. What's up?
You wild, Los.
Listen, this is two aspects to this conversation. Now listen to this because it makes sense.
Okay.
Or that demon comes and does that to me, and now I'm in a corner somewhere eating shit. So some people take that risk because, yo, look at life. Sometimes life is so hard, right? It's so many fucked up shits that you're like, nah, bro, hold on, man. Hold on. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something else to help me out that we're missing, that we're not getting right, And that's exactly why I'm looking into all this shit, all this stuff, because I know that there has to be some truth behind all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dead ass. Why would the Indians... Nah,
go, brother. What would the Indians want?
Let's think about the Indians, right? Even the Indians, our people, right? Our ancestors, they pray to many different things. You know what I'm saying to you? They pray to many, there's even religions, right? They believe when someone dies, let's say you die, right? They don't just put you somewhere by yourself, bro, because they know the importance of this part and that, of your death, right? So they have they sit you down in front of their friends and everyone's talking. The reason why everybody's talking is because they believe that you're sitting there listening to us. You know what I mean? So they're having conversations with the dead person, like, yo, I'm going to miss you. Remember that time, right? But good things, you know what I mean? Like not crying, not wasting that time for crying because they know that the spirit is there. You know what I'm saying? Then they said after like a certain amount of hours, 4 or 5 hours go by, that spirit says goodbye to everybody and goes into his transmutation of light into the world, into the universe. And you know what I'm saying to you? And goes on his journey to the next life or to whatever. But after that part, right? See, we're losing a lot of our ancient knowledge, things that we did, our people did. You feel what I'm saying to you? And we're starting to be more like, there can't be, a multi-universe. There can't be that shit. That's all too far fetched for my little brain. But there is, bro. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is. Every day we're seeing more and more, bro. And it's easier to find. it's easier to track down and understand for yourself because the knowledge is right here in front of your fucking face. You know what I mean?
So you would read the book.
Damn, bro, I'm fucking good as fuck, bro. Yo, you got a beast on here, my nigga. Like, not to talk some shit, pero diablo, papi. Yo, son, this Puerto Rican can burn, nigga. These
Nah,
yo, that
I
ass.
know, but hold on. Yes, that's true. I'm just a bit confused on how do you feel about this book?
I
You know,
feel
'cause
that I feel like I would love to read it. I would love to have. I would love to be able to possess it. I would love to possess it because I want to see. I want to see. I want to see what it is. Yep.
You know, like I that video that I sent you that I was when I was researching this stuff, I went through the comments and I came across this interesting comment that I don't know if it's true or not, but he was saying that his friend's dad came across that book when he was like in his 30s, and out of
This book?
curiosity, not the book, just parts of it, because you can't the whole book you can't. It's supposedly it's there's only bits and parts out there. You know, I don't know
Yeah.
if somebody has book itself, but it's this parts of the book. When Carlos was talking earlier about
Just bits.
in modern
Bits and
times,
parts.
there was a smuggling group that, you know, they got caught smuggling some stuff, and some of the stuff that was in their possession was parts of that book. You know,
Oh,
and you know
shit.
that book is considered to be a
Yeah,
very
there's some-
dangerous book.
Yeah. There's something really serious. We're not talking about this book for no reason, bro.
Yeah,
Let's stop.
yeah.
Let's stop. Let's call it right there, bro. We're talking about this shit because we both recognize that there's some shit behind this shit. Word,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
There's some shit behind this book, bro. We definitely not talking about it because it's a fucking, you know, Cinderella story, guys. So, you know,
Yeah.
there's some shit
Yeah, 'cause
behind this shit.
It's and it's, you know, it sounds crazy, but it's interesting. You know, not saying interesting to where I would want to read it, but interesting to know that, like you were saying, there's like outside of our box of thinking,
Yeah,
there's
bro.
other stuff. Like when you were talking about how that doctor was in one location here and then in the other, you know,
Yeah.
that's called by location, and that's in this
Right.
book on, you know, how to do that.
You say, oh, they say in the book it teaches you how to do that shit. See, look at that
Yeah.
shit. See, now look, like it's crazy. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like it just makes it's crazy, but it's not too crazy for me. It all makes sense, bro. Like, because I just feel like we know that there's other planes, there's other dimensions. You know, this is just of what we're seeing, what we're living in. This is just a, you know, this plane, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? We know what planes are. Do you understand what I mean when I mean by plane and the dimension? Like what we seen is one dimension, right? Then you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. You understand what I mean? So, but I know, and through reading a lot of shit, bro, that people really think that there's a multi-universe out there. So it would make sense for to there be some type of spell to control 18 of you. So you could do 18 more of the goodness out there in the universe, right? Or you could fucking be fixing, because think about it, you could change, you won't ever fuck up, bro. You make sure you make every right move in your whole fucking yo, she'll be good, boy. Yo, that'd be crazy, right? Think about that shit, boy, because every fuck up that you ever did, oh shit, wait a minute. No, I gotta do this. Boom, man. So then it all lines up. Because supposedly, I'm not saying this is a fact, but I'm right, we hear it, right? That there's a multi-universe out there.
Yeah. I believe there is.
I'm getting to that thing. I'm not saying that I understand it.
Dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's got to be some funny, crazy shit. And it only makes sense to me that in this crazy ass book, there is a way for you to learn how to control 16 motherfuckers of you throughout the fucking wormholes. That'd be crazy, bro.
That's what they
What would be the first mistake? What would be your first mistake you go and fix? Right? That's crazy, right? That's crazy to think.
Nah, I'm trying.
That's crazy to think, bro.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, if you could fix your mistakes, could you still attain the same knowledge that you had if you had not committed that mistake? Like, if you go back and fix it, and then it erases all the knowledge that you learned, would it be worth it? Or no?
I'm not sure, bro. Who knows? maybe I don't know. I don't know, bro. I do think a lot about the past, and you know, I think I think a lot more than normal people. You know what I'm saying? That's what probably
Yeah.
drives me so much, so fucking crazy, because my brain is always spinning.
Yeah.
I think about
While he
if I
drinks a Pepsi.
never, while I drink a Pepsi, yeah, the crack. It's not a Coke in a smile, it's a Pepsi in a smile. But some days I'm a different person. Some days I'm a Pepsi guy, some days I'm a Coke guy. Weird, right?
Really?
Yeah, that ass. I betray this hoe every other day, bro. Like I'm not loyal to this bitch right here. Nope. But fucking
I'll do it if they don't have Coke.
yeah, I would think. You know what I was thinking about, bro? Like if I never got locked up the first time I got in trouble, right? If I would have just walked away, or if I would have just stayed, called the cops, right? If I would have stayed, called the cops, and be like, yo, because you know I didn't do nothing wrong my first time getting locked up. That's a fact. They got railroad. These motherfuckers. But if I would have stayed there, things that would line up to happen, right? I was supposed to go to Marine Corps, all that shit. What if I would have went? At that time, that's when the Marines went to Fallujah, and mad Marines were getting clapped, right?
Yeah.
So I would have been in that. If the Battle of Fallujah. All those motherfuckers that went there, they're around my age. It was niggas who graduated 2003 that time. What if I would have made that bus and I would have got clapped? So a lot of motherfuckers died. A lot of motherfuckers died in that shit. It would have been a whole different thing. My sons wouldn't be around, right? My daughters, right? Like, it's crazy.
You wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Wouldn't be doing this podcast, but who knows, right? It could be different. But maybe I always think about that. Oh, what if then mad bad shit would have happened? But then that bad shit probably is happening to you because of whatever reason. But I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This whole multi-universe thing, bro. That like the Spider-Man, right? Just like this. What's the nigga? The Puerto Rican Spider-Man. Yeah, the Puerto Rican Spider-Man, the Puerto Rican and Black Spider-Man. What's his name? Miles Morales.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Miles Morales, bro. That's his name. Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yes, that's his name. Miles Morales. He's the Black and Puerto Rican Spider-Man. He's from Brooklyn. Dead ass facts. Yeah, his mom is Puerto Rican. His dad is Black. I think his dad is Black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I stopped watching the Spider-Mans after a certain point. I know they're dope, man. I know they're dope.
It was good. It was good.
All that stories.
He's cool. He's a cool ass Spider-Man, bro. But like, and the new one that just came out is on Netflix. Into the Multiverse. It talks about shit like that. You know, different things playing out. Yeah. Enter the Multiverse. Yeah, different things are playing out. So if you go back and fuck up one little thing, you know, you're fucking up a whole ripple effect of shit. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah,
that's why I was asking you that, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That was even like, I remember even seeing this show, bro. And I forget where it was, man. But this show was about like, what if the Nazis would have won the war? What if Germany and Japan would have won the war? If they would have beat the United States, what would have happened, right? So it shows the Nazis in charge of like New York, right? Through all that, the East Coast, and then the Japanese are in charge of fucking, you know, California and San Francisco and shit, where they had they're in there deep. And then like the middle countries, like the guerrillas that are trying to fight for America again, but getting done dirty. So supposedly in that show, they have fucking the Nazis found out of a fucking nigga that's traveling through time and shit, you know? So there's a girl that travels through time trying to fix this different things that will happen to stop that, because it's like it's in a time zone where the Germans actually won the fucking war and America didn't. Think about it. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It has. That would have been nuts. It would have been weird. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Rick and Morty's crazy too.
I never seen
Rick and Morty's funny as shit. You never seen it? Oh, you gotta watch it. I haven't watched a lot of it, but my stepdad Tony and my brothers, they love it. So sometimes we're somewhere together, they'll play an episode like, and I'll sit and watch it and be like, oh shit, this shit is actually kind of funny, this stupid shit, you know what I mean? It really is.
Yeah.
Word, bro. But yeah, so that book, the Salam Harif, whatever the fuck, I had to write some notes on it, bro, and still it's not enough. Still it's not enough because there's way more talk about it. But this is just the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? To like, it's just, I guess to talk about it is really to awaken anyone who's listening, right? You gotta understand that there's more than what we see. There's more to this life than, you know what I mean? Like, are we wasting our time just chasing what we're chasing? What if we're wasting our time just chasing what we're chasing, right? Then when we die, We fucked it all up. We figure out like right
Mm.
when you're dying, like, oh, sorry, man, you did it all backwards. This is gonna suck. What if someone is sitting? What if someone sitting right
Yeah.
in front of you as soon as you die to tell you that an angel or something? He's like, man, damn, sorry, bro. Yeah, but you fucked it up. It's over for you, dog.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole time
Yeah,
we're supposed to be trying to get strong spiritually or some other shit, some other way, right? To be able to, when that time comes, be able to do something more with our spirits, like maybe there's another journey we have to go through. And if your fucking spirit is weak, it's over for you.
Yeah. This could be training.
Could be fucking training. Who knows, bro?
All this could be training, preparing you for next step and whatever happens to when we die.
Word, bro.
But yeah, man, this I never heard of this book, bro. So you brought it up. Shams al Ma'arif, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Arif.
yeah.
And like I said,
Arif.
Yeah, forget about who the hell
Son of Knowledge.
Yeah, the Book of Moses, the Son of Knowledge. There's a bunch of different names for this shit, bro. But yeah, there's way more to talk about with that shit, boy. But it's just so much. I gotta study it more. I gotta look into it more, bro. Like I was telling you before, because it's deep. You know what I mean? Like, but there's a whole other. There's like a bunch of dudes that were once the grand masters of this shit. You know what I'm saying to you? Of the book or the people that follow the book. I don't fucking know what the names are. I'm just telling you, right? There was like, that's like we have a dude named Ahmed Al-Buni was one of them. Then we have the Dr. Dash. That was another one of them. You know what I'm saying to you? That Dr. Dash or Dash, whatever the fuck, right? He was one of the recent ones, and he was in like 1930, around that's from that time to like 1940 something, where he supposedly died. You know what I'm saying to you? But he was around living at that time, so that was the most recent headmaster of that book following motherfuckers. I'm just saying that because I don't know what to call them. That is more closer and recent to our time. Other than these other motherfuckers that have been using it for, huh?
For a long time they've been using.
Yeah, so
long
time.
It's from 13th century. That's what you're talking about. Saying the book itself is like, throughout the years, it's been like what you say, like people, they get interested in. It's just a compilation of different types of things of people that contributed to it, But my bad, I'm over here trying to, but yeah.
No, you're good.
It's a crazy book, man. The author claims it's the only way to communicate with jinn, dark angels, and spirits.
Yeah.
It's a scary book, So,
but like I said, so like even we're going back to that shit. Solomon, right? Solomon, who was a man of God, right? Who God blessed with infinite knowledge, right? He was the king of Israel and the greatest king of the whole world. Solomon was, and here he even used a demon to help him. That's kind of crazy to me. You know what I'm saying to you? Like when I read that, when I heard that, it blew my mind. It did, because I was like, whoa, Solomon. And when I understood who Solomon was and I did my study on Solomon, going back to him, I'm like, wow, this was supposed to be a person who followed God, but was essentially probably a fucking warlock himself.
But does the Bible talk about that?
Doesn't really go into it like that. Doesn't really go into him what he did, but it does say certain things. It does, like, but not like crazy. Like we have this story that's in the Quran, right? That Solomon building a temple needed a certain stone, right? That story. We don't got that. We might have some things coming out of the Torah, which is the Judaism, right? The Jewish religion, but it's nothing really too much in the Christianic. What the fuck? In the Christian religion. Excuse me. Yeah. Christianic. What the hell? But this guy, Al-Buni, he was around during the Crusades. So there's a lot of crazy things going on in the Crusades at times, like, you had probably the Holy Grail going back and forth in that land at that time. You have a lot of these, you had the assassins, the those stories begin, starting up. If you know who the assassins are, right? They were like a secret. There were a secret society of assassins, right? And there was a man named the Old Man of the Mountain who trained these dudes, trained people from all different walks of life to be ninjas, do assassinations. and they were known around that whole land, the Holy Land, which, you know, Judaism, Syria, all that shit, all them lands at that time. They worked through all them fucking places, and they did some big assassinations, bro. Not on little bullshit gang banging. They killed some kings and queens and all types of crazy shit. Yeah. But so that's where the word assassin comes from, was them. They used to smoke hashish, which the real name was hashashin, which is hashish. All right. They used to smoke weed before they did their little assassinations, and then they would go. So whatever it was that weed, yeah, that ass, whatever it was with that fucking bud, bro, had them niggas in some other fucking place, and they were able to do their little assassination and get back home safely. But they were real. They were real. So they were around, you know, just think of all that mystical shit, right, going on in the land at that time. This is all around that same time. That dude Ahmad al-Bundi, he's a Sufi, and he comes from right around that area. Sufis were mystical. They were Islamic, right? They were Muslim, but they were like into the occult. That's what the Sufis were. Okay, yeah, and yeah, you have all types of crazy things that go behind that stuff too, man. But like I said, it's just you can get really lost in this type of stuff. So it's like it's good to go nice and slow. This thing is real heavy. This thing is real heavy. This book, this is real heavy. This is some real. So I'm inquisitive, and I think that you should, but I say be careful. Be careful. I'm gonna give you the warning of this thing, and I don't say that shit. I'm like, go ahead, fuck with it, nigga. Do it. Go ahead, man. I'll tell you like that.
Play with it.
Nah, not me, but I'll tell you, be easy. I'll be easy with that. Be easy with this thing, man. This thing is some shit.
Yeah,
you know?
It is, man. When I researched it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, like you say, it's just a whole, like it could be a whole rabbit hole of information.
Yeah.
You know.
But what got me was that too. What got me was that they just recently used this thing in 2022. This is when that group just got caught, and they found that book on them. They were the look, I got it right here somewhere in notes. They were a Harakan movement, some type of social justice movement that happened at the time. And all right, there was another situation, Los. I forgot to bring this up. Sorry. This is a crazy thing. This happened in I'm talking about in the Knights times, in the times of Knights, but there was something called the Golem transmutation, right? Where supposedly a bunch of fucking, like, there was a war happening, and all of a sudden a bunch of people resurrected or some crazy shit, or like it was like some zombie shit, some crazy shit, some transmutational crazy shit that happened in a time that wasn't supposed to be, happening. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't think some shit like that's ever supposed to happen at any time, but it happened at the time of knights and squires and shit like that. It's called the Golem transmutation. Look it up. I don't know. I didn't get to go too deep into it, but I heard that quick. I was like, holy shit. Did he say that a bunch of people like resurrected? Because supposedly in this book, it teaches you how to bring, if your animal dies, it teaches you how to bring them back to life.
Yeah.
It does.
I was saying that doctor that you were talking about, he got banned from Lebanon. You know that, right?
Yeah. It was shit.
Because he showed some person, I think it was like the president at the time of Lebanon, whatever you want to call it, the king or whatever, I don't know. There was a picture of a painting on the wall with the bird in it, and he showed him that he brought that bird to life, and in the painting itself, it was you saw the bird's outline. It was no longer in the picture, and the bird came to life. And he banned him from Lebanon. They told him not to. He wasn't welcome there anymore. Yeah, and there's people who saying that said that they seen like what you're talking about, where he brought dead animals back to life. There's people that said they've seen it from him. Hundreds and thousands of people that's why they followed him. Most people followed him, like you saying.
Yeah, you had to have been on point, because they high profile followings. I think I read somewhere they said, like, so that means that people, people of high status that wouldn't be caught with no stupido, you know what I mean? Like, was with them for a reason. That's crazy. Damn, boy. But I say at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, the devil's a liar, right? He might say that he's gonna do something for you, but he always takes it. But it is weird that I don't know, like they just I don't know. I don't know what more to say about the situation, bro. I'm telling you like that. It's a lot to think
Crazy.
about, brother. It's a lot to think
It is.
about. Yeah, man.
It is.
So
man.
what would you like? What would the people do? Would the people sell your soul sell your soul for a pretty nickel? How many of you would do it? How many of you would do it if Satan came and said, I need you to sacrifice the greatest person you love? Like, what the hell? Supposedly that's what they do. Supposedly they tell them to sacrifice something that they love the most. And you know, the hip hop Illuminati and all these fools that have done that shit supposedly to they, you know, like Kanye West, supposedly his mother, you know, who else? There's a bunch of them they talk about, right? That's weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
But it's like what you were talking about earlier, man. Choosing for what's right and what's wrong. You know, there's good and there's evil and there's right and there's wrong. And you just got to be careful, man. My opinion, you just got to really be careful because we live in like what you were saying, a plane. That's what we see, you know. But
yeah,
if you start cursing, start taking these bad habits, in my opinion, I feel like you're involving in another dimension certain beings that you cannot see, but they're lingering around you. You know, poking at you, just poking at you. Like, look at this dumbass. Oh, watch, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna grab another beer. Watch, look. Dumbass. You know.
Yeah, you're dead ass right though. No, you're dead ass right, bro. You're dead ass right, and it's scary, but that's the way we have to see it. We have to be seeing it like that, like you're saying, bro. It is.
Yeah,
it's hard though, not easy, but fuck. I don't know, bro. This is a deeper thing. This is a deeper thing. This is a deeper thing, bye. But if I pop up on you, right, while you're taking a shit, pop up on you while you're taking a shit, then you know what I was doing. You know that I got into this shit. If I knock on this, you go to wipe and I'm right there in front of you, just, yo, what up, nigga? Yo, imagine that shit, bro. A nigga pop up on you like, why? What the fuck, nigga?
Like you sitting right there talking to me, you pop up
exactly
right next to me.
Right, I'm right behind you, nigga. No, why you taking a dump, nigga? Why you taking a dump? Why you on the toilet?
Why is it? Why out of all of the circumstances?
That's the most sacred place. That's the most sacred place. That'll be the scariest shit. You never expect the motherfucker to pop up on you in the shower or some shit while you taking a shit. Yo, you did just all of a sudden, nigga, in the shower. Yo, what the fuck, bro? Oh my god, bro. I would jump out I know I'll be shook if that happened to me, nigga. Like I got a crazy
naked across the living room. Like, what the fuck?
Mahone hanging and all that. Bloop. The Mahone fell on the floor and all that shit. Didn't even get a chance to wipe that shit. That shit just dropped. Blow. Dropped on the floor.
Nah, stay away from that, Los. If you ever come across it, stay away from it. I know you're courageous, but don't be too courageous. Just
nah, bro. This I wish I only have like just the basics of and those pamphlets. That's it. This is the basics. It's nothing crazy. So I wonder where you have to go. Like, where would you go? Where would you have to go to get them? Those, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, brother.
Thank you guys, man, for tuning in. Appreciate you. Episode number 34 here with my man Los. Big shout out to everybody who participated on the questions. Love y'all. Much respect. See y'all later.
Yeah,
Los, you wanna end it,
peace out, bro. Nah, everything's saying be safe. Be careful with them spirits while you're sleeping. Yo, and that's about it, bro. God bless.
In the toilet taking a shit.
Someone just they're gonna jump out on you in the curtain. Watch.
Oh man.
When you hear the curtain moving, you know it's me.
Damn. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah. All right, yo. Woo.
Hold on, Los.